Okay. So I've been thinking about what has actually inspired and influenced my thinking, and it is reading Finding Meaning in the Second Half of Life. And I say this because as a person raised in the generation or within the mid of technology, as technology was advancing and people were like, let's try. Because now there's more of a pushback, I would say. It's not anymore, let's try. People are like, well, wait, hold on a minute. I would say that Finding Meaning in the Second Half of Life is a book that has really helped me navigate and think through the ideas that are happening. I say this because that book offered guidance because my world feels so sped up. Even like a 20-year-old, 20 is too old because there's like a 10-year-old doing this brilliant thing and buying a house. I think of Ryan's Toys review, and he single-handedly bought and is paying for the mortgage that his parents have. He's not even a teenager yet. He has not clocked teenage. And so there are many people like this, and so ages that would be remarkable to accomplish things at become mundane because a 16-year-old could do it. And so in that way, even time is sped up. I see people talking about their 20s, they're 90 years old, and it's because our perception of time is so messed up. The dread of 30, you're approaching 100. It's so interesting to me, or it's been interesting to think through. And that book sort of allowed me to process through that and process through what my expectations of life are, and actually reflect on who I am now, what ideas I've carried from the past, and how those ideas influence the way I think now, and if all these ideas should be here. So that's what I would say influenced me. And also teaching community. I'm still reading Miss Bell Hooks. Because I always thought every time I'm reading Bell Hooks, I stop and I say, babe, let me digest. You've given me a lot to eat. And it's not a bad thing. I love that she's feeding me, obviously. And it's just it takes a lot of reflection, even in the ways we've been taught to in academia begin things with shame, because a lack of knowing is very shameful, and the hierarchical ways in which academia behaves in that it's supposed to separate people. And if you don't get it, you're just you're not smart. And there's a smart way to be when learning is a skill that is cultivated from a young age. And a lot of people are not allowed to even have that skill. And so in these spaces, that's why we see when there is more demand for inclusivity, people start to hold their bags and say, no, I had to work. I thought this was a smart people club. We're just letting everybody in. And it shows how academic titles even are used as this thing you're hanging off on top of someone, and it's not actually because you want to be you want to be informing people and putting this information out there, even like in the price tag to read an article that can be beneficial for you to advocate for yourself. Like everything is locked in. And so it's like, who is research for? If the populations that are being researched do not have the means to look at this research, who is research for? And so I grapple. I get ready to fight. Because my thing is, knowledge should be available for everyone, and it should be available in formats and ways that are digestible to everyone. And yes, there are certain terms that are high level terms. Yes. But at the same time, like, how are you not able to explain your idea to someone that has never, ever heard what you are about, or what like your specific focus is? Like, how are you unable to do that? Anyway, lovely.